Good morning. It's Friday. Hi, everyone. It's Friday, and today I'm talking about trust in relationships. Why trust? Because trust is one of the number one killers of a relationship. And without trust, there is no relationship. Let me just make that clear. Without trust, there is no relationship. And trust is not something that you build one time, it's built for a lifetime. It's not something that you establish at the beginning of a relationship. It's something that you work on constantly, because the more you know your partner, the more you understand your partner, the better you can both build trust. Let me say that again. The more you know and understand your partner, the better you can both build trust. Let me type that out. If you're watching, let me know where you're watching from. Share this. If you're a first timer, type first timer, so I know where you're. I know you're also joining for the first time, and we can all learn and establish some things that can help us with our relationship today. So, like I was saying, trust is something that you work on. It's not something that you accomplish at the beginning of a relationship. You can't meet someone today and begin to trust them right away. It takes time. And we all know that. Thanks so much for joining. Share this, invite someone who you may know may need this. It takes time to build trust. When you first meet someone, we all know that at the beginning of a relationship, people pretend, men pretend, women pretend. So you can't really build the trust in the first few months of a relationship. What you can do at the beginning of a relationship is try to know and understand your partner, because trust cannot be established immediately. But for women, some women tend to think that if I meet someone today, I can really begin to trust them. But if you don't even trust yourself, it becomes difficult to trust somebody else, because the trust that you have for yourself is what allows you to really tune into your own intuition and really know if somebody's going to play games on you, and you actually can figure out the red flags, the warning signs at the beginning of a relationship. Like I said, trust is not established overnight. It takes a lifetime process to really build on trust with someone that you're looking to be in a relationship with. I got a question that kind of triggered this. The girl said, I met this guy. I think he's a great guy, but I don't really trust him. How soon can I begin to trust him? You can't soon. It's not something that I can tell you can trust him as soon as tomorrow. You have to determine what you need. You have to recognize what you're looking for, and that, based on how much you trust yourself, that will drive the trust that you're establishing with a partner. The first thing you have to recognize is you can't trust anyone between the first week and the 8th week of a relationship. The first 2 months is when you begin to build on the friendship. And when you're friends with someone, you know more about them than you do when you're in a relationship with someone. That's why I always suggest that you become friends first, because your friends let you know more than a partner lets you know at the beginning of a relationship. Your friends reveal things to you more than a partner who may be pretending to be who they are not at the beginning of a relationship. And you think, okay, I can begin to trust this person, but the person you're trusting may actually be the person who's going to break you. Because again, without you trusting yourself, you can't trust anybody else. So know what you need. Number one, know what you need, because that would help you when you begin to get to know a partner, what you're looking for in them. And that would help you discern if this person is in line. Again, people pretend. Always remember that. Put that at the back of your mind. People pretend in the first 1 to 6 weeks of a relationship. So when they're pretending, you may think, oh, I'm establishing trust. But trust is based on how much you know and understand each other. Without knowing and understanding each other, you can't begin to establish trust. It's like me saying, I'm going into a workplace and I'm beginning to work in that new office. I can't trust anybody yet because I don't know them. You can't even trust anybody because, again, you don't know this person very well. How well do you know them? How well do you understand them? How much do you know about them before you begin to trust? You can go into somebody's home and they can make it look good and they can dress to look good and feel good, but trust is not established on what you see. The actions will let you begin to build the trust. And the actions are not really revealed at the beginning of a relationship. So you have to determine what you need. That's the first thing. Determine what you need so that when you begin to have the initial conversations, you're looking to say, you know what? Can I begin to really get to understand this person? Can I begin to really decipher this person? Can I begin to establish the trust? Or do I need to give myself more time to figure out who this person really is? Because they may be putting up a front and that package may not be like, it's like wrapping a gift. You don't look up on the outside. You have to get into the package to really know what is within the package. And that's the way a relationship is. People can package themselves and present who they are to you, who they want you to believe, but you have to be the one really getting to know and understand them to establish the trust. The second thing is give yourself time. Be patient enough with yourself. Number two, be patient enough with yourself, because if you're not patient and you rush, you will think that you can quickly establish trust. And when you rush things, you may actually get up missing out the best part of the deal. Be patient with yourself. Patience allows you to really see the true picture that is being presented to you. Never let anyone rush you. Never let anyone rush you, because if somebody is trying to rush you, it may be that they have something to hide. It may not necessarily mean they have something to hide, but if the partner is trying to rush you, especially in the first 2 months or 3 months of the relationship, they may have something to hide, and it may not be their true character that they're presenting. And you knowing what you need allows you to be patient, because you really want to establish that trust right there and then as you get to know and understand them. Number three is ensure you're emotionally balanced. Because when you're emotionally balanced, it's very difficult for somebody to come and play on your emotions. If you're running on an emotional roller coaster ride, it's very easy for someone who's pretending to win your trust easily by what they say to you, and the actions may sometimes match up with the words at the beginning just to woo you over, because they know how to play with your emotions. So when you're emotionally balanced, it's going to be difficult for somebody to come and play on your emotions, because you're not allowing your emotions to lead you. You tamed your emotions and rather let your emotions tame you. Tame your emotions. Don't let your emotions tame you. Tame your emotions. Don't let your emotions tame you. The more you're able to tame your emotions, the more you're able to hear the actions that are within the words that you don't really see. When you're emotionally stable, you can hear actions easily in words. You can really begin to question the person and say, you know what? I can tell that your actions are not matching up with your words. And you knowing what you need allows you to move back and take a step back, rather than allow them to manipulate your emotions. Because once they can capture your emotions and manipulate your emotions, that's it. It's easy for you to get hurt once they can capture and manipulate your emotions. But if you tame your emotions and not let your emotions tame you, you're patient with yourself, you know what you need, it becomes easy for you not to fall into the fake trust, because people can fake trust. They can fake trust at the beginning and allow you to become broken. And you think, oh, why did I give in so easily? And once trust is broken and the relationship ends, you giving in without really trusting yourself and learning to trust over a long period of time, you'll be the one broken. You'll be the one hurt. You'll be the one emotionally torn apart. So you have to pay attention. The fourth thing is to pay attention. Pay attention carefully so that you don't get hurt. The more you trust yourself, the more you know and understand this person, the easier it becomes to build trust over time. Ray says, wow, I never see that way. Thanks for the advice. You're so much welcome. Because you see, the thing is, when you rush in and say, I really want to get into this, my emotions are driving me to really want to be with this person, it's easy for them to break you. And it's easy for them to manipulate you to trust them, because they'll use those words to capture you. You have to know, let me repeat the four things I said again. Number one, know what you need. Know what you need so that you can build the friendship based on what you need without really rushing into the relationship. Establish the friendship at the beginning of the relationship. Number two, be patient with yourself. The more patient you are with yourself, the more you can discern and you can decipher if this person is just trying to capture your emotions or play along with you. Number three is tame your emotions. Don't let your emotions tame you. Be emotionally balanced, because when you're emotionally balanced, if somebody is packaging themselves at the beginning of the relationship, you can control your emotions and you don't run on your emotions in a way where they manipulate you and make you build the trust that may not be real at the beginning of the relationship. Number four is pay attention to details. Actions, words can match up at the beginning just to win you over. And they can win you over without you really establishing the trust. You may think, they're saying what they say is what they're doing, but people nowadays, we know people are people. There are some people that will win you over based on actions that are not real. And once you get captivated into that based on where you are with yourself emotionally, again, it's easy for them to break you. Without trust, there's no relationship. But trust is not established overnight. It takes a long period of time to establish trust. It takes knowing and understanding who you're with to establish trust. Knowing is different from understanding. I can know you on the surface, but I can understand you in depth. I can understand you if I look at you today and say, I know what this person is going to do in this situation. It means I'm beginning to understand who you are. But if I can't say, if somebody will ask me, what will this partner do in the situation? And I cannot understand, and I don't understand you yet. I can't give an answer of what you will do because I know you on the surface, but I don't know you in depth. Always understand someone in depth before you begin to really give into 100% trust. Don't give in 100% trust at the beginning of a relationship. First 8 weeks of a relationship is the easiest for someone to pretend to be who they're not so that they can win you over. But you always have to look out for you. You always have to protect you. You always have to have your own best interests at heart, because your life is your own responsibility. You're not responsible for them. So you have to protect yourself. You have to know what you need and what you're looking for. Is different from what you want. You may want something now, but you may not need that thing in 5 years to 10 years from now. So you focus on your needs and your want, because once you know what you need, it's easy for you when you meet someone not to fall into the game. There are a lot of people playing games out there because a lot of hearts have been broken, and many people are not taking the time to heal. Many people are not taking the time to really figure out what they need. And without doing that, you can go into a relationship thinking, I can begin to trust a new partner, but without knowing yourself, without understanding yourself, without really knowing what you need, you may fall for cycles and repeat patterns than build on a healthier relationship. The key is to know yourself. The key is to know what you need. The key is to figure out where you want to be in 5 to 10 years from now. Get the support if necessary so that you can build on healthy grounds and stop repeating cycles that make you become toxic to yourself, but establish the grounds for a healthier relationship that will make you become better, that will make you become stronger, wiser, and help you grow as you continue to move on in your journey in life. Again, if there are questions, I will take your questions. If there are no questions, you can email me or inbox me. I'll be more than happy to answer your questions and really help you out going forward. If there are questions, I'll hang around for about 3 or 4 minutes to take your questions. If there are no questions, I will sign off. Again, feel free to email me at coaching@kemishogule.com or inbox me on Facebook, and I'll be more than happy to answer your questions and help you get started on the journey to finding love, keeping love, and building a long-term relationship that will make you become healthier, better, stronger, wiser, and not make you resentful or bitter. You all have an amazing day, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care. God bless. Bye-bye.